we gave. And looking back, it's such a huge experience. I don't know what many of you have been to a country. It was my first time, sort of, and it was just an amazing experience. But it's almost daunting to know what to share because there was so much that I feel like I learned and I experienced. And I'm sure it's unique to each person. You know, what I learned is different to what Aaron learned. But anyway, so first week this is all the people who went. There was about 120 people in total. So a lot of people gave up their Christmas and just to serve these people from many different nations. I don't know if you can see us. I think that's me. Where's your brother? Where's your brother? Doesn't know where he is. But yeah, it was really fun. It was really cool like that. And the first week we spent at a school. So this is the school we went to. It's made by Hope. They designed it. They built it. It was after a tsunami that hit this area. So all these people were affected, and then they built this school for all the children. And the way they brought the kids is they picked the poorest, and then they slowly went up and up. So you get the poorest kids. So they made sure those who didn't have much would at least have their kids go to school. And what we did is we split up into teams. Some did construction, some did painting, documenting, teaching. We built a volleyball court. We built some really cool things. We built some benches and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, and it was really awesome to be able to serve and to give. I think the thing that I really learned, you get to be with these poor kids for two or maybe a week or so, and you really learn to have compassion on them, to suffer with them, to go through what their life is like. We got to go to their houses. We travelled in these carts, bullock carts, to go to where they live, and just seeing they have nothing. They have these small little shacks, and someone said to me, "Oh, here's the kitchen," and it was outside. It was just like a little bowl, and that's their kitchen. And some of us, amen, we complain about our kitchens, and these kids have nothing. And one thing I remember is that these kids are so happy. You walk into the room, you may be sad. Doesn't matter because you walk in and you leave with the biggest smile you ever had. I can't even do that smile now. That's what it's like. The joy they give off is unbelievable. There's so much joy. And I remember this one sister took a photo, a Polaroid photo, so they could take the photo with them. And they took the photo, and then just to see how much they appreciated this little, film was unbelievable. Just it really made me, I was like, oh wow, it helped me be more grateful for what I have. And Aaron's going to share a little bit about another day we had.
Awesome, yeah, so as Braden said, it was truly an amazing time. It's like, I said it yesterday sort of the leaders thing, but I just sort of said that it's sort of hard to explain, but when you go there, it's just, that's how you experience it. And, but yeah, so we went to a HIV orphanage. I don't know if any of you have seen Blood Brother. It's a great movie. We were able to see it during the conference while we were in India. And pretty much it's this brother who picks up his life and pretty much goes to India, goes to a HIV orphanage and just serves there. And we got to go to that HIV orphanage. And it was a really moving time. So these guys are all the people in the HIV orphanage have AIDS. And it was really, really impacting for me. When I went there, I thought I knew what to expect. I thought they would all be, inside some room, and they'd all, be in beds, and they'd look really sick. But when we got there, they all met us at the gate, and, you couldn't even tell that these kids had AIDS. And it was a really, really moving time. I think the biggest thing for me is, I was sort of questioning. I was sort of like, okay, well, how come these kids have AIDS? Like, why? Just because they're born in some other country? How come that's the reason? And it was good to talk to some brothers and some sisters and just hear what they said. And that scripture in John 10, where it talks about where Jesus says, to his disciples, they asked, why is this man blind? Is it because of his father's sin, or is it his sin? And he says, no, it's so that the Son of Man can be glorified, And so they inspired us completely so that we can go back home and to do great things. And though it was really, really impacting that these kids won't make it to 20, they're all they're all deformed and they don't have much, and though they're not going to make it to 20, it was convicting because they're all studying the Bible and they have faith and they trust God, and they're all studying the Bible and they want to get baptized, and it's truly amazing. That gave me peace in my heart to know that. And so yeah, it was truly an amazing time. And again, they didn't have much, but they were just so happy, and it just made me really realize how I just need to be content with what I have. All they do is literally they wake up, maybe play some sport, play some games, and that'd be it. And yeah, it was truly an amazing time. So I hope Brandon's going to share about leprosy now. So.
Yeah, so that was Christmas Day. We went there, and then the next day, Boxing Day, we went to a leprosy colony, and that was really personally for me, that was really an intense time. This is a photo of one of the guys with leprosy. Just to see, you can see there, he doesn't look sad. He doesn't look unhappy. He's filled with joy, and I think at first I was a bit shocked, these guys don't really have toes, don't really have hands. Some of them are missing different parts here and there, but they're all just so happy with what little they have. And I remember, I think seeing what happened to them, it helped me leave this little bubble I've been living in Australia, I think. Just being here, not seeing the poor as much, not seeing the trials people go through in their lives, and it's very different here. Physically, there are some struggles, but these guys had no toes, no hands, and there was one lady who really touched me, and this is her here. You can see that her eyes are drooping. But you see the people around her. They're all quite emotional. It was a very emotional time. She touched me because she was sharing. She doesn't know how old she is. She has no family left. She hasn't had people touch her in years. And to have someone be there and to touch her, to have people there to hold her, to be with her, was amazing to her. It really made me feel really emotional. It was just such a convicting time because I realized how much I had. I've got a family. This lady didn't have anyone. And she kept saying that we're all so beautiful, and she loves us so much. And she was sad that we had to leave. And that's why these girls were crying as well. But after such an experience, you come home and you feel a bit helpless, not sure what to do. I think we live in comfort while they suffer daily. It's convicting. I really walked away with two practicals. The first was for me just to have quiet times early in the morning every day. That's one thing I learned. I've just got to get up early. That's what it takes. You've got to be close to God, and I learned that because I needed God while I was there. And the second is just to give God all I can. Maybe I can't change India, maybe I can't do anything crazy like that, but you know what, I can be here and give all I've got. And that's what I want to do whilst I'm here. So thanks for this opportunity to share.
That was moving. Whoa. There's an old saying, I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. And I feel like I really just saw a sermon there. Especially that woman, to see the kids crying around her and to know that they left her and there wasn't much they could do. But it's convicting. And I'm really thankful for the guys who went. I always wanted my sons to experience the third world like that. So I think we all need to at some point. It's very moving to think, because just like Brandon said at the end there, they go through that every day. That woman's life does not change until someone goes there and helps her to change. By touching her, to hear that no one's touched her for years it's just mind-blowing, isn't it? So, I don't feel like preaching anymore, to be honest with you. I just want to go home and, I want to be king of it. Anyway.